Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and we make a lot of wood signs and different things around here, but I have a lot of my customers who say I don't have access to wood, I can't, I don't know how to put wood together, don't have nail guns and that kind of thing. So I wanted to show you an alternative to making some of the wood signs and things that are out there that is very, very simple to make in your own craft room without having to go outside and do nailing and gluing and that kind of thing. This is just one of those long stir sticks that you can get at any hardware store. Usually they'll give them to you. So we've had this one for a while. As you can see, it has been used. But I'm going to paint this white first. We're going to make one of those Christmas trees, as you've seen the wood Christmas trees. We're going to make one and make it look like wood, but we're going to use chipboard and paper. So first we're going to paint this white because I want that to be white and to be all one color. So I'm just going to use some white acrylic paint. I'm just using an old tray that I got something in for my paint palette, and just a sponge brush, and I'm just going to paint this entire thing white. Like I said, just go to your hardware store and ask for one of these if you don't have one laying around. If you're like me and you've done very much painting in your house, you'll have one already, and you can reuse the old ones. Just grab it out and paint it. Now we have that painted and have it laid aside drying, and while we have that drying, I have got 2 pieces of chipboard, and this is just some of my scrap chipboard that I cut up, and they are 3 inches by 12 inches, and I'm going to glue these two together. And I'm just doing this to make it stronger. You can use any kind of chipboard. You can just cut up a box, cereal boxes, just put some layers together. And I'm just going to put some art glitter glue on here and glue this together. This just makes it a little bit stronger so that there's no bending or bowing, that kind of thing. And it makes it seem more like wood. Okay. Alright, there we go. We've got that put together. And then what I did is I cut some of this is that really thick craft paper. It's almost like a thin chipboard. But if you don't have this, just use a paper bag or a brown paper bag, anything like that. Or you can go to the store and buy some, just a packet of craft paper. But I'm using this, and I'm going to put this right on top of that. Just like that. Now it's going to cover most all of it. I did cut it the same width, and it's going to cover most all of it except just a little bit of an edge, and that's fine with me because that's going to make it look almost like a shadow. So I'm going to glue this down on there. Now you could try to color your chipboard. If you have regular chipboard, just a craft chipboard, that you wouldn't even have to put this on here. But I had just some scrap black chipboard, so I wanted to use it up. So I want to cover mine to make it look more like wood. But if you're using just regular chipboard that's the craft color already, just use it and don't even worry about that. So we've got that on there, and now we're going to go, this piece, or these 2 pieces, is cut at 3 by, I think, 10. Let me make sure. Yes, 3 by 10. We're going to put those together. So it probably would be better if you had just the craft chipboard, and then you wouldn't have to cover it. But either way you can do it. It doesn't matter. And then I've cut a piece to go on top of that somewhere. right there. And then I have 2 pieces that are cut at 3 inches by 8 inches. I'm going to put those together. Then I have 2 pieces that are cut at 3 inches by 6 inches. Then I have 2 pieces that are cut at 3 inches by 4 inches. I'm going to put those together. I will have photos of this and all of the measurements put on my blog. And then we have a piece to go on top of that. And this one's a little bit long, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on there and then just trim it off. Because I think I actually forgot to cut this one. So we'll just flip it over and use our X-Acto knife and just trim that off. There we go. So we have all of our pieces cut, and this is the way it's going to go on that stick that I just painted. It's going to go, and I know this is going to be hard for you to see everything. We'll put it like this. Maybe you can see it. It's going to go just like that. And I know you can't see that top part, but the little top one's up here. So you see the Christmas tree form, and then we're just going to glue it on top of that stick. But we're going to paint this, distress this just a little bit, and make this look more like wood. Now, I like to use a foam brush just because you can get some dry brushes in there, and you want some dry brushing going on when you're painting this because you want it to look kind of distressed. So don't put a lot of paint on it. Just put a little bit of paint on your brush and then just dry brush over it. And some of you may say, well, why didn't you just paint the black chipboard? Well, let me show you. I may have already thrown it away. But when you paint over black chipboard, it pulls red for some weird reason. I don't know why, but it pulls red. I guess there's red in there. But that's why I'm not painting over the black chipboard. But you see that will look, and when we get everything finished, that will look like an old piece of wood. So let's go on and do the others. Okay, we're going to let these dry, and then we're going to come back and put in some little wood streaks, I would call it. And then we will be ready to start putting this together. It's very quick, very easy and simple. So we're going to come back in now. This is almost dry to the touch. And we're going to just load a little bit of paint on the side of our brush. And then we're just going to do some streaks in it. We want it to look like it was painted white at one time and a lot of it has worn off. So just put a few little streaks here and there. And then just take the side of your brush, this part of your brush, and just kind of rub them in so that they don't look so bold. See how that looks like a piece of distressed wood? So we're going to do that to all of them. Just kind of go down. Just imagine in your mind what it would look like if that wood had been painted, you know, 100 years ago, and some of the white was rubbing off, and you could see some of the old wood through there. And that's what you want it to look like. Just like that. So just go ahead and do all of them the same way. And you can put as many layers or as few layers as you want. Just get it to looking like you want it to look. Now you see the light and the dark part of that wood showing through. And with that chipboard behind that, it almost looks like a shadow effect, or it looks like real wood where you've cut it and it's cut kind of at an angle. I love it, love it, love it. Very quick and easy. Now I will show you how to put all this together, and we're going to put some words on ours. You don't have to do that. You can decorate this up and make it look like a Christmas tree if you want, but we're going to put some words on it. Now if you want to, you can go ahead and do the back side the same way if the back side of yours is going to show. The back side of mine is not going to be showing because I'm going to have it up close to the wall. So, but if you want to do the same thing on the back, you can, and just make the back look exactly like the front. Okay, so all of that white paint has dried, and I have cut out with my Cricut on some vinyl. He is the reason for the season, and that's what I'm going to put on my tree. Like I said, you can decorate it up any way that you want. This is just what I want to put on mine. Now, I went ahead and stuck my vinyl down and everything because I have another video that I will link right up here as to how to cut your vinyl and stick it down on your chipboard or wood or anything like that. So I will show that in that video. But I've done my other ones, the first layer on them, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing this one. I've just got it taped up all around so that I don't accidentally go past and get black paint where I don't want it. I'm just taking my brayering everything down so that hopefully I won't get too much leakage. And then I just take my excess and stick that to my table so that I can work on it without having to hold it too much. I load up the side of my little brush, and then I just start pouncing up and down, and I don't load very much on there. I put some on and then I wipe a lot of it off, because you'd rather do a couple of light layers as to do try to do a heavy layer and then it bleed through. So I just pounce. Usually you have enough on there to do almost the whole thing without having to reload. And this is just black acrylic paint. Okay, so we're going to let this dry, and then we'll put another coat on all of them, and then we will reveal what we got, stick it to our pole, and it will be finished. So this is dry enough now, and we're going to go ahead and pull this off. And just pull it off carefully so that you don't pull your paint up. Just kind of rock it back and forth when you're pulling it off. Okay. And then when you start to weed, just be careful with your point, because remember that is just paper under there. So just kind of go in at an angle and just pull those little pieces up real carefully. If you go straight down into that, then you're going to pull that paper with it. So there that is. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay. Let me get all this off of my fingers. Whoa. Stuck to my fingers. And then we can start putting this on our board. Now, you can put this on a lot of different ways. You can staple these on. I'm just going to hot glue. And what I'm going to do, and I know this is going to be hard for you to see, I'm going to start about 1/2 inch from the top, like that, and center this piece up. And I may use my ruler on this just because I want it to be pretty centered. So there is 2 inches right there. So we're going to put that on just like that right there. Let me get my hot glue gun. I'm going to slide a little bit up under here to press that down. Make sure that I've got it in the center, and I do. When I get this one down, it'll be a little bit easier for you to see the other ones. Don't worry about the hot glue squirting out and all that kind of stuff, because you can always just run your little tool over it, pull it up, pull up the excess, and you're finished. There we go. So we've got that one down. Now on the other ones, like this one goes next, and I think I will actually measure this and see where my center is and put a little tiny pencil mark right there and right there. I can always erase those, but that way I won't have to worry so much. I won't have to hold it down there. So he is the, so let's put this one, I'm going to try not to get my head in the shot. If I do, you'll see a hot mess hair. There we go. Is the, make sure that I've got that, yep, it's pretty straight. And then reason comes next, so let's put our center mark on this one. That would be at 4. About right there. Okay, and then for thee is next. So let's put our center mark, which is 5. Oh, glue stick. And let's put this one right there. And then all we've got left is season. I'll see if I can sit down and do that one so that maybe I won't get my head in a shot. So this is going to be 6. It's going to be the center. Right there and right there. So let's put some hot glue. I'm going to hold it up and look at it, and then I'll try to show you everything. Make sure I get all my little pieces straight. Okay, I think that's it. So there it is. He is the reason for the season. And then you can stick this down in a little bucket, put some lights on it, decorate it up, and oh, how cute will that be. And I actually think I'm going to run some little lights on here. Okay, this is an afterthought. I should have done this before I glued these on, but I can still do it. I'm going to use some vintage photo, and I'm just going to go around the edges real lightly and put a little vintage photo on there, make it look a little bit more distressed. A little bit more like wood. See, it makes a difference. So you can still do it after. It's just better if I had thought about this before I glued them down. Now see how much better that makes that look, just putting that little bit of distress ink around the edges. It makes it look a lot more like a wood sign. So I have another one of these little mini lights that I got on Amazon, and I'm gonna kind of twist this around. And I have just flipped it over, and I'm going to tape this little off and on switch right back here. Nobody's going to see it but me. Then I can turn it off and on when I want. And let's turn it on, see what it looks like. So I think that'll be cute lit up at night. And I don't mind those wires going across. To me, it makes it look a little bit more vintage. But I am going to put a star or something on the top. And I may just put a burlap bow. I may just do that. Let's see. I've got this twine. And it just came in a big roll from Walmart. I think it's $3 or $4. I don't know. It's not very much. And I've got 4 strands. And I'm just going to tie a bow with this. And we'll hot glue that right at the top. Right there. Just put a good dollop on there and press it down right there. And we've got that one light that's right behind there that will show when it's dark. It's not going to show right now too much, but it'll show when it's dark. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to trim this side off a little bit just to match the other. And then I think that is it. I'm going to call it finished. Alright, let me see if I can show you the whole thing. Absolutely gorgeous. I will get some shots. I'm going to put it in the in my little pot and take some photos of it. So I'll have some photos at the beginning of this video and then some more at the end that you can take a look at and see the whole thing. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that and I hope you give it a try. It's very, very easy, but it looks like a wood sign. As you can see, it looks like wood. We will talk to you guys later. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And when the little bell pops up, hit that bell so that you'll know when we're putting up new videos. We will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.